I talk about sleep often and how it can improve your overall well-being. Of course, we all know that, but how it can improve your game, your reaction time, your cognitive function. Sleep is very, very important, probably one of the most important factors, because lack of sleep will drive hunger, it'll drive irritation, irritability, fatigue, obviously. So there's a whole saloon of reasons for why sleep is good. But it's not only good short term for like your gaming, it's I mean, so important for long-term health as well, like how you age, right? And I think that's something that's not looked at very often, and I think it's very important. Obviously, we want to age well, especially if we are playing highly competitive video games, stressing through the game. Sometimes, obviously, the games get stressful, or we have a career that we're stressing, whatever it may be. Welcome to Driving and Vibing. Today we're talking about sleep. If you didn't get the gist of that, dreamers, what's up? So we're talking about sleep. Sleep is very important. At the beginning of the video, I kind of just went over some of the benefits already, but I'm going to dive deep into two factors. One, the fact that it drives hunger and what that can do to you. And then two, if you don't get deep sleep, or if you don't hit all the stages of sleep, there's light sleep, then there's REM sleep, there's deep sleep. I think there's a fourth one off the top of my head. It's not talked about very often, but there's like 2 stages of REM, deep sleep, I believe it is. But if you don't hit all these stages, your brain doesn't necessarily clean itself out. It builds up that plaque. That's what causes the plaque in the brain, is what causes like Alzheimer and dementia in the future. Now, there are studies showing that Alzheimer and dementia, now I'm not trying to scare anybody. This is still directed towards gamers, but I do think thinking about the future is very important. But there are studies that show that Alzheimer and dementia start, like the symptoms start 30 years before you actually see the symptoms. Not the symptoms, sorry, the disease itself, however you want to call it, starts 30 years before you see any symptoms. That's what I meant to say. So just think about that, right? So what you're doing right now, depending on your age, obviously could have potential of, be kind of pushing that forward. Now, if you don't get proper sleep, your brain goes through, so at I think it's deep sleep or REM sleep, one of the 2 cycles. I should have confirmed that information. But one of the 2 cycles of sleep, very important to hit that sleep. I believe it's deep sleep. Your brain goes through this wash machine phase where your brain starts to clear out all the plaque, it clears out all the toxins, it does everything it needs. That's your time for your brain to repair. That's one of the reasons why the stages of sleep are so important, because your brain needs to repair itself. Not only will it help long term for everything, for cleaning out the plaque, preventing Alzheimer's and dementia, but when it goes through this wash machine cycle, it washes out your brain. It helps to improve your cognition the following day. It helps to improve your reaction time the following day. It helps to eliminate that fatigue. It helps to kind of eliminate the feeling of hunger, right? So getting good sleep, getting good quality sleep, hitting these stages is very important, especially if you're a competitive gamer, and especially for long term. Now let's talk about what was the first thing I said I wanted to talk about? Man, I talked so much. I'm so excited about the sleep topic. We're going to talk about how it drives hunger. Lack of sleep will drive hunger, right? And so what does that mean? You will get hungry. That's obvious. So if you are tired, and I'm sure you've experienced this, if you're tired, if you stay up all night gaming, the next day, or especially if you do that repetitively over and over, the next day or days, you might feel that you're snacking more. And that is because your body is fatigued. Your body is craving glucose from carbs, whatever source of glucose it wants to come from, but mainly from carbs. So then you'll start to eat a carb heavy meal or snack, and then you'll get that spike. You'll get that spike in glucose, and then you'll also get that crash. So you get this glucose spike and then the crash. So sleep drives fatigue. Sleep drives hunger. Hunger will drive fatigue because of the glucose spikes and crashes. And if you put this in relation to gaming, especially competitive gaming, and you eat a snack, if you eat a snack or a meal high in carbs or sugar, or it's just not the most ideal for game performance, you're gonna get that mid-game. So especially, like, you got to think about timing as well. We're not going to go into timing in this video specifically, but timing of your meals is important to help prevent that glucose spike and crash while gaming. So sleep will drive fatigue, if I say that one more time, sleep will drive hunger, hunger could drive fatigue, okay? And it's just a downward spiral, especially if you're a competitive gamer. So those are the two aspects of sleep that I wanted to talk about. And if you have any questions, let me know. I would love to answer them. I'd love to get this conversation started. I'd love to get some people asking questions. I want to answer some questions, ask some questions. Oh, yeah. And if you're watching this video, let me know in the comments if you know this word, red, R-E-D, red. That's a secret word. Hit that like button. Helps out the channel. Hit that subscribe button for more content like this. And I hope to see everybody in the next video. Later, dreamers.